him. It takes a lot of trust building for people to trust to give you money. It's one of the reasons why you have a group of people called connectors, right? Part of why you have a group of people called connectors is because as a VC, it is possible that the VC does not have enough pipeline, and may not know all the founders that there is to know, right? But with some people called connectors in the middle that know some of these people and know the investors, and the investors trust them, they can easily trust the connectors to provide them trusted founders. And I give you an example of some of what has happened. So take, for instance, a lot of you know the story of, I don't know how many of us know the story of Paystack. Yes, I don't know how many of us know the story of Paystack and how Paystack started and how Paystack went to YC, for instance, right? In the beginning, I mean, just a summary, in the beginning, you had Shola, who found something in the course of his work, in the bank where he was working. He found out that he's been able to achieve something, to be able to do something that looked interesting at the time. Today is almost everywhere. It's easy. Every one of us take it for granted that we can pay online. We can buy things and pay online. And every company can actually accept payment online. Back in 2014, it was 2014 and early 2015, it was basically difficult to do that. Yes, InterSwitch existed that had provided gateway, but what you had, it was so expensive. To get the gateway from InterSwitch was so expensive. Now, when Shola got that and discovered that he could make that happen, the first person he went to was OO. Now, why was OO able to assist Shola to get the investment that was needed to do this? It's because OO had, at the time, and maybe even now, he had this network of friends who were investors, okay? So he was able to quickly, and he had some contacts, he was able to quickly say, hey, you know what, I found this guy who did this. Most of them didn't know who Shola was, but they knew OO, and he was able to connect. Now, I've also been able to do the same thing for a couple of the startups that I work with, right? But let me tell you, all of those it's okay to find connectors. It's okay to find connectors that you can work with. Some of those connectors, you probably want to go to them as advisors. You bring them on board your team as advisors to assist you, right? But here's the thing, in all of those things that the connectors can do, there's also a role that you have to play as founders. And this is why, this is what I'm going to be focusing on in these few minutes that I have left, right? I'm going to be focusing on what you can do as founders, either to be able to get access to the investors by yourself directly, or to be able to make the work of the connectors a lot easier, all right? So the first things first is, as a founder, you have to understand that, yes, you're not building, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of founders today are building for investors. The honest truth is, I think people misunderstand what it is or how this functions. You're not necessarily building for investors, because investors won't talk to you if your fundamentals are wrong, right? If your fundamentals are wrong, they won't talk to you. So you're not necessarily building for investors. If you have to first and foremost build for customers. So I want you to build for customers. So some people have mastered the act of saying the nice things. Okay, you're saying the nice things in order to get investors' attention. You can get an investor's attention with saying the nice things, but if the fundamentals are wrong, after you meet the investors, they don't get back to you. right? So the first strategy that I will give to you would be focus on building what matters. Focus on building what matters, what the customers value, right? Because at the end of the day, what the customers value is what will attract the investors. All right. So that's the first tip. The second tip I will give to you is you have to understand that this thing is a relationship game. No matter how much you're building for the customers, you're making progress, customer acquisition, if you truly need money, because it's not all founders that need money. Like Aito has bootstrapped most of the startups that he built, right? So he didn't need investors' money. But again, and that happens when you have a lot of sales. You have product that customers want, and you have good margins, right? And you can make you're making good money. So what do you need investors' money for, right? But now here's the thing: whether you have good margin or not, there's a point where you can get to, and you need investors' money to actually scale. And at that point, you definitely need investors. But here's what happens. A lot of people don't start looking for investors until they really need the investors. So the second point I'd like to drop for you is you want to start looking for investors, whether you're going to bootstrap eventually or not. You need to start looking for investors way before you actually need them. So what that means is you have to begin to build relationship. Begin to find out, like we're on this call now, go on LinkedIn, find out, go on TechAbout, go on TechCrunch, go on, what are the names, TechPoint, just mention them. Check out all those investment announcements. Look for the people who make those investments, the VC firms, the angel investors who participated in those deals. Make a list of them, right? Make a list of the VC firms. Go on LinkedIn and search for people who work in those VC firms. Connect with them on LinkedIn. At least it's easy. You can try. The worst that can happen is that they will not accept your request, right? So connect with them. Look for the angel investors that participated in the deal. Connect with them. And then as you connect with them, please introduce yourself and try to see how you can be, make them acquainted, okay? Connect with them. The idea is you want to start building a relationship with those people way ahead of the time that you will need them, okay? The next point I would like to say is, now that you've connected with them, whether you've gotten money or not, please make sure that you give updates. So make yourself visible, right? That's fine. One way to make yourself visible is to post regularly on LinkedIn and social media. Make yourself visible, that's fine. Speak at events, that's fine. You're making yourself visible and you're making yourself likable. But one thing you should do is to make sure that you give updates to investors. Those of you that are in the community, you know that we say actor. We use actor. Actor, give up achievements, challenges, targets, and ask. That's the actor. Give updates on a monthly basis. And don't just do it because you're looking for money now, and after you get money, you stop giving updates. The truth is, giving updates is one of the ways that investors get to see what you're doing, whether they've invested or not. So long as you find that you would love this person to be part of your investors, reach out to them and find out, can I be giving you my monthly updates? In 2017, thereabout, Jason Njoku invested in my Orga venue just because the guy was giving him updates on a regular basis. When the guy started giving him updates, he was not ready to invest. But as the guy continued to give him updates, he saw this trajectory, growth trajectory. This is a good time to invest in this guy. This guy's made a good traction and impressed me. If that guy stopped giving him updates, Jason probably wouldn't have done that investment. Go check that. This is online, right? Go check out that that meeting online. Jason blogged about it on the blog. So That's one of the things that you can leverage as a founder, okay? And then post-investment, you still need to continue to do updates because the best investors are not the ones that give you cash. The best investors are the ones that gives you cash plus. Cash plus what? Cash plus assets, cash plus opportunities, cash plus network. Those are the things that great investors bring, okay? So if you don't give them updates, they do not know how to help you because their work is to help you and help you get to the next milestone so that their value in the business can appreciate. Okay, so if you don't provide the update, you're shooting yourself on the leg because the investors are not going to be able to help you. And so, yeah, you're going to struggle with that. So I hope these are just a few tips. There are many more, but I'm sure we'll be sharing a lot more in the community as the days go by. So I'll have to stop here. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that these 3 points I've given you has been helpful and has been useful to you. Thank you.
I don't know, no. Make them they turn up. They don't see me coming. Are you ready for me? Energy like cocaine. Cream de la cream. When I do I see me enter, then I go bring you to end my love. Share you want to see mental. I don't give them back to send why no? Soldier. Many men in my convoy. The boy know they take his us. If you don't, they go give you a back up. And as the money don't they come like us. Nothing will be soft this sauce. Dear Father in heaven, about time to take over. You don't pay I trouble you. Back down to Lucifer. I know the follow pastor, they be for mom. Father na father, see me I don't busy my call. I won't focus on you, on God. I only any do my way, any do my way. You go low my cannabis. I only any do my way, any do my way. You go low my be. I get sense, I get good, I come first, I don't boss. Plenty talk, plenty noise, plenty people don't go report. Me I get sense. In heaven. Sometimes I catch your blessing. He did take to show for face. He be like he HIV. Church for club, kitchen for club, like for photo. Make them know mommy. Plenty noise, plenty people don't come report. Me I get sense, I get good,
All right, DJ John, on a bit. While we are waiting for the panelists to get ready, I'd like to invite Daniel Chinagozi. Daniel, are you ready? To just say give a few remarks. Abia State was in the, Daniel is the chairman, Abia State Innovation Network. So, and he's on the call right now. So Daniel, you want to turn on your video and just for a few minutes while the panel session is getting ready.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. And good morning, depending on where you're joining us from. I'm surprised you called me up. I didn't expect this. You didn't never mention this. We're just going to be sneaking and listening to amazing people speak today and join back. I want to say good evening and welcome to this community meeting. I call it family meeting. And I want to welcome everyone that is part of Startups South and our friends that joined us. It's important for us to understand that one of the efforts we're making in this space is because we want to grow the ecosystem in the secondary cities. Cities like Port Harcourt, Aba, Uyo, Owerri, Enugu, Warri, Asaba, other cities that are not major cities like Lagos and Abuja. Same thing for cities in the north like Kano, Kaduna, cities in the west like Ibadan. Why we do things we do is such that people can have access to opportunities. And when we have noticed that collaboration and partnerships play a very strong role in growing the ecosystem, we started finding the need to unite people that are doing the same things. And that's what led us to starting our network, Abia Technology and Innovation Network. It is an association of hubs, association of startups, and people in the innovation space. We gather to see how we can work together. And within the few years we've worked on this idea, we found out that it's actually difficult to implement a word called collaboration. Collaboration is so easy to be used. It's a buzzword when you are speaking. It's easy to be used when you are advising people. But when it comes to doing the work, especially collaborating with the people that you are doing the same thing with, it requires a lot of sacrifice. It requires a lot of you giving up on your personal interests. It requires a lot of you sometimes take other people's opinion that it might even be that might not be as strong or as huge or as you take opinions that are that is not necessarily better than yours. What we want to do is to provide a community where young people can grow as tech experts effortlessly, attract partnerships, attract opportunities, attract funding. There are some startups that what they need is actually as small fund. The funding they need might not be funding that VCs might be interested in. So it could be 2, 3, 4 of us come together within our city in Napa or in Umuahia, put together some money in a syndicate, put in a startup, and then that's seeing the glow of light in that startup. It might be for showing up at events. Like for example, I notice whenever I come to events, I attend events, even the ones I'm not speaking at. You see people who want to gravitate towards you, they want to ask you questions. I've been meaning to meet you. I want to ask you this question, and you answer them, you give them find out, as simple as, are you working alone or you're working with a co-founder? They say they're working alone. And you say, what's your skill set? They tell you. And then you are able to tell them how to do co-founder matching. You're able to encourage them on 1 or 2 things to do. You're able to give them assignments, what to do the next 30 days. I believe on the power of 30 days. And then they map out what they do the next 30 days and they report to you within that 30 days. You see, it changing the sphere for them. It changes the story for them. So that's why sometimes we take trips and visit some locations and take time there to do some things. So we want to see a lot of these things happen in our communities. Okay, we want to see a lot of these things happen in our communities. Most recently, we signed some deals that are going to change a lot of trajectory for us in the Southeast and South-South, because we are partnering with an international business process outsourcing company to set up a BPO in the South. Okay, in the Southeast and South-South. We started in Enugu, we're expanding to Owerri, but then we're going to Port Harcourt. Now, what we want to do is to set up BPOs for tech experts, okay, for cybersecurity experts, software developers. We're getting jobs from the US, jobs from different places, and getting our people to work from here. And we've just concluded 200 seats in Enugu, and then we're expanding. Next, we're doing 1,000 seats in Lagos, in Owerri, in partnership with.
Thank you.
So it's an indication that the little work we've been doing in the South, East, and South over the years, it's going to take off from. So I want to encourage you. Don't feel you are alone. If you feel alone, sometimes pick up the phone or you come to our WhatsApp group and post something. Who will respond to you. It's a lot of work we're doing. It's something we believe in. Okay. And
thank you.
We're going to see a lot of success. And Uche, thanks for this opportunity. And
thank you.
Yes, I'm seated here. I'm listening. I'm going to listen to the panel and all to the speakers. Let's have a great time. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Daniel. So Vera, please take over for the next session, the panel conversation.
Okay, Miss Mary and Father Goswill.
No, Father Goswill is not on that panel. You have Bernard Hansen and Mary. Father Goswill is on the round table.
Okay, let's have a time, Miss Mary, please.
Hansen is already here, so they can unmute him. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi, good
Welcome.
afternoon.
Okay, great. Yes, so good afternoon, guys. I guess I have to step in on this. It's so well done. We're still expecting Bernard to join, Director Leader South-South. Mr. Bernard, if you're on the call, you can send a message on the chat so that I can find you. I'm struggling to find you so that so we can get you to unmute. So if you're on the call, you can send me a message, please. So that we can take it from here. Okay, Bernard. Okay, I've seen you. Thank you. I've seen you now. All right. So I think we're ready to go. Good afternoon, everyone. Apologies, I think my system is freezing, but you can hear me, and that's fine. I'd like to welcome everyone to this conversation. We will be discussing hacking, ecosystem hacking, and looking at how, founders in places like secondary cities, can hack. So how do you turn constraints into competitive advantage for founders in emerging cities, right? I am one person that do not like to complain. I don't like to complain about situations. I like to, you know how they say, if you get, make lemons out of lemonades, right? Make lemonades out of lemons, right? That's what this conversation today is going to be about. But I'm going to give very quick, I'm going to give the panelists the opportunity to introduce themselves in very quick successions. I'll start with the ladies because they say ladies first, right? So Mary, do you want to start first?
Yes, please. Good evening from Nigeria. I don't know if anyone can hear me, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Very well, yes.
All right, good evening. Thank you. This is Mary Matthew, and I'm the CEO of CloudNote. CloudNote is advancing education in Africa digitally. Thank you. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Mr. Uche, and the organizers of the startup community. Thank you so much for having me here.
Awesome. Then that goes, I think that passes the mic straight to Hansen. Hansen, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Uche Aniche, and the organizers of the Startup Start community. My name is Hansen Johnson, CEO, Start Innovation Hub, President of Innovation Network, organizers of Aquarium Tech Week. And I'm happy to be here as one of the panelists. I love to hack things, and today we'll be hacking the ecosystem. Thank you.
All right. Then our boss is here as well, part of the panel. Mr. Bernard Ewa. Mr. Bernard, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Bernard. Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you all. Thank you, Uche, and your team for such a great job you're doing. So my day job, is at the National Information Technology Development Agency, where I serve currently as the director for the South-South zone. I am passionate about the issue that has brought us here together. My journey started over 25 years ago. And I've been on all sides, including those who are advocating and those who build products. I hope that at the end of this session, we'll be able to share some of the experiences I've had and also learn from the rest of the panelists and other speakers. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I hope that you can. Okay. I hope you can still hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. I wanted to go. All right, let's get to the topic, right? Hansen, from this now.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
How are you?
Mr. Bernard, can hear you. Okay, cool. So let's start from Hansen. Do you want to talk a bit more about, the conversation we have today? Do you want to look at how, give us a brief background, about you Start Innovation Hub, Buyo, and of course, Igbo Network, and how far we've come so far. Do you want to give us like a brief background? I don't know. I don't think that 120 seconds is enough to do that, but I'm going to be hard, and I'm going to ask you to be 120 seconds.
Is that for me?
Generous.
I think
No, that's for Hansen.
Hansen is not on the call. I think he's having some network issues.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. So Mary, that brings me to you then. So I like to, so recently I visited your office in Port Harcourt. And, you know,
your audio. Is that Uche, your audio?
About your numbers, that almost went viral, if at all, right? So
yeah.
Do you want to talk to us a bit about your journey, with CloudNote? I don't know if you can do that in 180 seconds. I'm being generous right now.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. CloudNote, like I earlier said, we are advancing education digitally in Africa. It's a vision that was born out of a place to transform education globally. So we started off in 2021 in Port Harcourt, being one of the emerging cities in Nigeria. Like, it is one of the cities where most people never thought that an idea or something as strong, as beautiful as CloudNote can ever emerge. So when we started, we had a lot of challenges. We didn't have the funding, a lot of resources, infrastructures, and several other things. And the schools were not really prepared for technology. But then we built a resilient team that had an understanding of the market, and we were building with the market in mind. Like, we built an MVP that we released to our early adopters who adopted CloudNote, and from day one, they were already paying. So that was how we started generating revenue gradually. And we were just building quietly without any media noise, without any public attention. Like, we were gradually building, not until late 2024 when people started talking about CloudNote, and then they are asking, how did you build CloudNote? How did you fund CloudNote? We've never received any external funding. CloudNote has been bootstrapped from inception till date. Thank you very much, Mr. Uche.
Okay, so thank you. I'm going to come back to you on that part because part of this session, our hope is that people listening to this will be able to learn a thing or two from you on how you were able to build CloudNote to the milestone that you've achieved, bootstrapped. But for now, let me go to Mr. Bernard, Mr. Ewa. Mr. Bernard, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. You are the NIDA director for South. I guess you resumed last year in Port Harcourt.
Correct.
And it's been almost a year. It's not up to a year yet, but what are some of the remarkable differences, that you would say you've seen in terms of the ecosystem in the region, right, compared to where you're coming from? I'd like to hear from your thoughts, your perspective.
Okay, thank you very much, Uche. First, let me say that the regions in Nigeria, share identical challenges and opportunities to a very large extent. There will be some uniqueness based on historical and environmental endowments. That being said, I think what I have experienced, I can relate it to the topic that we are discussing today, because I set out from the onset to hack the ecosystem, right? And building on the experience I've had working at the national office in NIDA and also elsewhere prior to my joining NIDA as a consultant and an entrepreneur, if you would recall, that's what brought us together. I felt that we needed to create synergy among the various players in the zone. And so the first step I took, upon assuming office, was to bring together the stakeholders, which is the South Regional ICT Stakeholders Forum. And the idea was to build on this energy that exists among the disparate players, and also to be able to create a common understanding of the issues that affect us. So that is, I hope you can see it. So that is one of the things that our achievements, if I may call it, describe it that way, that we've been able to have. And based on that platform that we have, we've been able to curate, the challenges, and also be able to, socialize some of the opportunities to the extent that each stakeholder knows where he comes in, what he can do, in a way that may not have been very obvious, and also what they stand to gain from that process. And that is why currently, right now, we've built a strong, or rather, we'll continue to enhance the strength of that platform. And like I said at the beginning, the issues that we are discussing here, we are trying to practicalize them, help stakeholders better enhance their capacities through understanding, but how to define problems. One of the things I like to talk a lot about is that, while we, particularly those of us who are in the digital space, we can be flattered by the obvious, effectiveness of solutions. But the big problem is understanding the problems that are confronting us. I have observed that is often a challenge. We rush to solutions, but it can also be a disincentive if we do not adequately understand the problems and tailor our solutions to meet the expectations of the populations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ewa. Hansen is back with us. Hansen is back here. Hansen, if you can hear me, can you turn on your unmute yourself and your video? Hansen, you are in New York. You've been for several years now. You led Start Innovation Hub. You've been instrumental to helping a lot of young people gain talent. What would you say are the key ingredients? Is that, Hansen, you can hear me, right? You need to turn on your video. Confirm you can hear me. Hansen, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. What would you say are the key ingredients that have helped you, succeed so far?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
Since your network is not very good, you may consider not using what's it called, virtual background, right? But if you can hear me now, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So I'm asking you, what are some of the ingredients that have helped you and most of the people within your ecosystem to survive, to thrive, okay, over the years? What are some of those ingredients you would say has helped?
All right, thank you very much. So since we are discussing ecosystem hacking, I'm in Abuja, I'm in the hotel. The MTN network is not working. Airtel network is not working. The hotel Wi-Fi keeps switching because of power outage. I'm sorry, I cannot hack this one. I've tried all these skills and tactics, but I'm glad that at least I can be able to be heard. Some of the ingredients we have been using over time, others have even mentioned a couple of them, is community. So we've not practically raised funds, but we leverage on community and building global networks to be able to achieve the little we have achieved. For example, while people are complaining about the Japa paradox as a talent disadvantage to our community, we see that as a talent advantage because before the Japa thing came up, people used to leave to go to Lagos. And we leverage that to build a national network for opportunities. So now that they are living and crossing the borders, going abroad, we have been building global network over time and taking advantage of that JAPA methodology to be able to build and sustain our initiatives through community building, bootstrapping, and helping ourselves in terms of mentorship and other opportunities. There is also infrastructure deficits. And for example, this particular meeting is being influenced because of infrastructure deficit. So how do we see this as a catalyst, for innovation? People are taking advantage of, for example, our entire, if you talk to hub owners now, how they are sustaining their businesses is because they are taking advantage of the inability for existing institutions to be able to produce employable graduates. That's why hubs tend to leave their primary assignment and be working towards making people employable, and that becomes like a business for them. So infrastructure-wise, we have seen people take advantage of this, but it's difficult because some things require license, some things require government permission to be able to solve these problems. We are also in a community which is very, very informal, as a testing ground and markets. People talk about Lagos, people talk about other bigger cities, but when it comes to us, everything here, almost everything is informal. So we also take advantage of the population and our informal nature to design products that sit well with the target audience. And this is how they respond. And we build on that and leverage technology to formalize whatever their offerings are. While looking at the negatives, we also consider what we are good at, our strength. We have cultural richness. There are very few people or communities or states or regions that are very rich in terms of culture. So we take advantage of that when we are building as a brand differentiator. And whenever we are building for our people, we also make sure that we communicate in a language they will understand. We use the assets that they can relate with. We have limited access to traditional funding. Everyone knows that. How have we been surviving? We bootstrap, we leverage relationship. The first speaker solved that problem in the way he spoke. So we leverage relationships, we talk to our mentors, we talk to our advisors, our board members, and even our current or existing partners, business partners, to leverage whatever they have as resources to be able to enable people jump on those things as launchpad and get to where they are today. So the community we have built is very strong, is very, very lovely, is very, very accommodating. And we deliberately do this to enable us get started. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hansen. Thank you. Thank you very much. So because we're running out of time, I'm just going to quickly touch to Mary. Mary, do you want to share practical tips of what you did? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you want to share practical tips of what you did to survive on your journey to building CloudNote? What something tangible that somebody can take away from this conversation and say, this is what CloudNote did, and I can apply it to my business? Do you want to share practical tips?
Yes, please. All right, so part of the things that we did at the start of CloudNote, usually when people are coming together to establish business, there's this question, there is this fear like, are we going to make it? Are we going to succeed? Do we know our way in and out of the market? And a lot of things, there were questions unanswered. So the first thing that we did was we set up an advisory board. So the advisory board came from different angles because we're servicing education. So we had someone in the education sector who was serving as our advisory board. We had a business expert who was serving as our advisory board on business. And then when it comes to strategies and all of that, strategic partnerships and all that, we also had an advisory board. So these people were with us, guiding us through on every step that we took. Like, we could literally not do anything with that. I don't know if I'm heard, please. Am I heard?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Very well. Very well.
Okay. So we literally do not do anything without getting our board of advisors on ground, because there is no way we would have been able to navigate our way through the market without their assistance. Then another thing that we did is we leveraged on lean product strategy. That was something that we learned from Paystack. Paystack implemented it, and it was part of what took Paystack to where they are. The lean product strategy helps you to develop an MVP of your product, to like test it, to see if you're developing a market fit product. Because if your product is not market fit, then it is not solving solution. So since we're keen on solving solution and we do not have resources anywhere, we don't have funders, we don't have investors, we don't even have people to run to fund our business. The only way we saw that we're able to generate this is by solving real problems. So we adopted a lean product strategy that enabled us to build. We put out to the market, they paid, and as they are using it, they are giving us feedback, which we iterated, and we're able to come up with a market fit solution that has made an impact that today over 1,000 schools across 3 African countries are using CloudNote. Then aside all of this one, we also leverage on partnership. Partnership is our major strategy because we're able to identify key stakeholders, key decision makers, influencers in the education space. So as a founder, as a startup founder, you can look at your sector and you identify some persons that are key persons within that your sector and see how to establish partnership with them. So we partnered with governments, we partnered with institutions, we partnered with educational bodies like NABS, AFED, and the rest of them. We partnered with a whole lot of organizations. So these were the people that were doing word of mouth. These people were literally like opening up ways for us. And by the time we knew it, we landed schools in South Africa, we landed schools in Ghana, even in Kenya. We have schools that are using CloudNote, and literally everywhere, in every state in Nigeria, you're going to find schools using CloudNote. As a result of partnership, we would not have been able to like do all of these things all by ourselves. But because we had this partnership with different individuals, institutions, and organizations, they were able to do all of these things, like spread CloudNote to different places for us. And then the other aspect of it is we develop communities of local schools, communities of educators, communities of teachers, school owners. We established these communities and we're able to use these communities to push CloudNote to as much schools, as much institutions as we were able to do. We have challenges. There were a lot of challenges. First, you look at the school settings, they are constrained by infrastructures. They do not have enough computers in the schools. They don't have good internet. And even the teachers do not even have a good devices and all of that. But then how are they going to use our product with all of these challenges? So it pushed us to have a kind of like what I call a mindset shift, where we're able to convert those things that seemed as constraints to us. We're able to convert them and they they later became our key selling proposition. So what did we do? We developed our solutions to be mobile friendly in the sense that teachers and school owners, they charge their phones from home, they come to the school and they are able to do all their school activities on their mobile. And we also developed some features that run offline, meaning we're able to solve internet problem. We are also able to solve the power problem. And then when it comes to the financing aspect, like I mentioned earlier, we bootstrapped with our personal savings, and then we're getting revenue from the schools that we are onboarded. But at some point, they were not enough. What did we do? Since we didn't have investors, we leveraged on other key services that we could do, like software development, website development, and other services that we did. We leveraged on them. We saw that these services, we generated revenue from them, and we're able to plug them into CloudNote. And these were the things that we did that today we have the kind of results that we have at CloudNote. I would have been able to share more, but I think I'm constrained by time here. Thank you, Ms. Sauche. Hello, Ms. Sauche, Mr. Hansen?
Yeah, I can
Wow.
hear you.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary. That was just so much. Thank you for sharing your like I say, CloudNote's journey so far. That was an interesting one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hansen. Thank you for the time. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. We appreciate you. Thank you, Mrs. Mary, once again. Thank you. So we are going to be having the next speaker on.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so sorry about
Obina.
so.
Mr. Obina,
Yep, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Can I get a confirmation that I can be seen and heard clearly, please?
Please go ahead.
Yes, you can be seen and heard. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Obina Oijeli, founder of MyID. So I'm basically trying to talk about mapping the future, how precision addressing will unlock Africa's economic potential. Obviously, firstly, kudos to the organizers of this town hall, the entire Startup South team. So I'm gonna start with a simple truth. In Nigeria today, a large percentage of people live in places that don't officially exist. Not because they aren't real, not because people don't live there, but because on paper and on most maps, they are nowhere to be found. So if you can't be found, you can't be served. If you can't be protected, you can't be included, you're invisible, basically, in an economy that rewards visibility. And of course, we've all been talking about networking here. So at MyID, we believe that invisibility is the greatest barrier to opportunity in this country. So we set out to solve it. Now, imagine being a small business owner in Abakaliki, Ikom, or even Okrika, trying to receive a package or open a bank account, access insurance, or even apply for a loan. And your biggest challenge is not capital or skill, it's an address. So no fixed address, no identity, no inclusion. Now imagine if we could fix this with precision. What if no matter where you lived, in a remote village, in a bustling city, or in an informal settlement, you had a precise digital intelligent address that worked for every delivery service, every utility, every financial institution, and every emergency response. That's what we're building at MyID. We created a location intelligence platform that understands Nigeria, the way she is, informal, dynamic, beautifully chaotic, and then transforms this into something structured, accessible, and powerful. Our system doesn't just give places names, it gives them context. It knows the nearest clinic, it knows the nearest hospital, the nearest school, it knows the fastest route during flooding, the solar exposure on your roof, the type of home you're in, the density of your neighborhood, and yes, it gives you a smart, simple, precise address. We call it geosmarting Nigeria, so to speak. And this isn't about putting pins on maps. It's about putting people on the grid, the economic grid. Because when people are locatable, they become reachable. And when people are reachable, they become economically visible. Think of what happens next. A logistics company can cut delivery costs by 40%. A solar company knows exactly where to install. A fintech can underwrite loans with hyper-local risk data. A health worker reaches a home, not just a community. An insurer covers a family in minutes, not days. And the government finally sees everyone it serves, not just the ones on paper. This is infrastructure of the future, not roads, not railways, maps. Just maps. Nigeria doesn't need to copy the past. We can leapfrog it. In fact, we must leapfrog it. We can build an economic engine powered by data, not just dollars. And if we get addressing right, everything else becomes possible. Every person becomes reachable, every business becomes scalable, every city becomes manageable, every country becomes measurable. We are building up Mayadi because we believe that a country with over 200 million voices should have over 200 million addresses, because addresses are more than just location. They are identity, they are agency, they are dignity. So when we talk about mapping the future here, we're not talking about lines and coordinates. We are talking about unlocking the full potential of Nigeria, one smart address at a time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I guess Barrister Sundu is here. Daniel will ask questions. You can ask questions just ask questions on the chat. Barrister Sundu, please, if you're here. If Barrister Sundu is not here, then Jude, can you unmute yourself? Jude, confirm. Daniel, please, if you're there, just check that Jude. Is Barrister Sundu around? Okay, Daniel, please help me make, sorry, let me see.
Yes, Barrister Sundu is actually here. Okay.
Yes, I made him a cohort. So Jude, Daniel, please make Barrister Sundu work or make him a co-host, please, quickly. Also, Jude. Jude Onuaha, please unmute yourself and go while we make Barrister Sundu a co-host. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yes,
we
we
can hear you.
you. Please, you have 2 minutes. All right, Daniel, please. By Sosondo, you can unmute yourself now. Thank you. Daniel, DJ, please. DJ, please. By Sosondo, please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Oh.
Good afternoon. Your video is not on, sir.
So yes, it's on. I don't know. I can't see anything. So
yes, we can see you. It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So thank you for this essence. I believe my topic should be showing on the screen. If it's not, it's supposed to be on business essentials for tech startups. For startups. My name is Osondo. I work with a law office called Greenfields Law. We have so short a period to explain, but the bottom line is we are trying to get us to understand the relevance and importance of legal compliance in tech startups. In a nutshell, I will just simplify it in this way. The tech startups have 3 major stakeholders. 1, customers, consumers. 2, government. And 3, investors. Now, the essence of legal compliance, regulatory compliance, is about ensuring that you are in line with the law. You are on the right side of the law. You are meeting all the law expects of you, expects from you. You are not falling short of the law. You are doing what the law wants you to do. And there are different things. We highlight a few of them but the bottom line here is that if you are doing what the law expects of you, it gives you comfort. It gives your investors comfort. It gives your consumers comfort. It gives government comfort. I will explain. The investors, naturally, if you meet all the requirements of the law, if you want to take a loan from them or funding, one of the requirements, expectations, is that you are compliant with all relevant legal and regulatory prescriptions. Are you paying your taxes if necessary, relevant? What's your legal structure? Are you a legal body, legal person? What organization, what body are you operating under? Limited by guarantee or limited by shares, or as the case may be, different scenarios. So the investor will be comfortable with you if you are compliant with the law. Then the expectation of the investor will be met. If you do not comply with the law, the investor is not likely to provide funding, open up the door of funding for you. That is one. The government will not be happy and comfortable with you if you do not meet the prescriptions of the law. The impact of that is that if the government is not comfortable because you meet the prescriptions of the law, you can be sanctioned, and ultimately your business will step down, will shut down. That is the other side. Now, the customers, if they are comfortable that you are working within the prescriptions of the law, standards of the law and regulations, they will freely engage with you. They will freely patronize you because they know you are in good standing of the law, and the government is the government is sanctioned, government consents to what you're doing. So your key 3 stakeholders, three key stakeholders of yours will always want to look out for your compliance status with the law. Particularly, you say customers, but the discerning customers will make that inquiry expectation. That is, in a nutshell, what this is all about. Now, what are the key fundamentals around here? We've highlighted to say something around you want to go into business, you have to decide what kind of legal structure do you want to go in. You want to do a company limited by shares, you want to do a company limited by guarantee, you want to do a company limited, or you want to do a business name. Typically, for startups, they will always go through a setup, a company limited by shares. Now, it can be a public company limited by shares, public or private. But a small organization, small startup organization, ideally will be advised to start up as a private company limited by shares, not a PLC. So you can see some companies, they write like FCMB PLC. You have another one maybe called Unomajuru and Sons Limited. That's a difference. A PLC means everybody potentially can be a shareholder in that company, but a PL and limited means is, closed ownership, closed shareholding. So there are the various scenarios around that. If you do not want to, if you are doing what you are doing not for profit, if you are running your startup, you want to run it, but not for profit, you can decide to set up a company limited by guarantees, which means you are not obligated to pay taxes, but you can do business, but your profits are not shared within your shareholders, among your shareholders. Your profits are replored back into the business. So for a number of organizations, they look for that. They could go through that option. So there are different benefits accrued attached to each of these options you want to use. Now that is that one. Now, if you want to go into businesses like that, that's regulatory compliance. When you go to business, ideally, you should have a proper review of agreements you have, joint venture contracts, service contracts, different kinds. You should have them reviewed properly to ensure that your legal rights are protected and not infringed upon. So, that is that. Now, there's something else that, because of my time, I'm just being, there's something else that you must realize that must be highlighted. You also need to factor in intellectual property, protection of your intellectual property. If you are developing a patent, or there's some idea that you're coming up with that is unique, you have to register it as your intellectual property. That again is to protect you so that no other person will go to take it. It's your property because it's from your intellect. You developed from your intellect, and the law can give you some kind of protection from there, so you can make make money and income from it. Now, very equally importantly, I'm just going around. Equally importantly is that you need to have your records governance. You need to have your records in place. Have some organization, somebody that takes records of your minutes, records of your meetings, management meetings, and then board meetings. You have to have, and you should have a board. It doesn't have to be 6, 10 people. You can have a board of 2 people, 3 people, but you must have these records in place. A secretary, company secretary that keeps these records, because these are what you will need going forward when you want to engage on road shows, funding, etc., etc. And that shows that you are respectful of governance standards. Now, a key thing that shows up these days is people are not really taking, but will become an issue going forward. If you are supposed to, there's a Data Protection Act that's been enacted in Nigeria, which requires that anybody who handles data, personal data, private personal data of someone, people must comply with, to ensure that that data is not compromised, is not used arbitrarily. And data is your interest, it's your property. So that is something that will become a big matter going forward. And so these are broadly considerations that any startup must have in mind. Don't just take it, it doesn't matter, I can just get on and make carry on. No. Okay, if you're a startup, you need to go and take another requirement is SCUMO, because a number of organizations are believed to be used for money laundering. You need to go to the EFCC to get approval certification for SCUMO. It's called SCUMO, anti-money laundering, etc. That is one of the requirements you need to meet. So quite a few of these things are there. Don't just wave them aside. You need to get your TIN, tax identification number, as you open your bank account. Requirement, take a tax TIN and then proceed. Now, so you need to have people who understand these things, who can guide you through these things, and who can lead you, tell you this is what you need to do at this time. Don't do it at this point. Do it 6 months later, because there's some benefits you do it 6 months later. If you do it at this time, there's some exposures you put yourself up to. So please, if you are running a startup, have some people, legal counsel, who can advise you on how to get around this. You also need to have some tax advisors also, as the case may be. So what we have done, we've been doing a bit of this for some time. There's an IPTV company some years ago. A startup that we helped to set up. Unfortunately, they are no more running for a number of reasons, but we can provide such services. And don't run away from don't be scared, so it's going to be very high cost. No, no, no. There are ways this can be packaged and presented. The essence of this community, I understand, is to handhold and to encourage each person here. And why we are present here is because we believe in this ideal. There are ways these services can be offered that will not be much of an issue. Will not be any financial strain on you. But you need to have this legal cover. So you have the goodwill, enjoy tremendous goodwill for your customers, your financiers, and governments. Thank you very much. I'm done. Thank you. Sorry, Uche. We have slides of this. So if you are interested, we'll deploy the slides. We'll hand over the slides to our colleague, and then she can, forward to anyone who's interested. We'll give the slides to Uche and her partner and his partner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jude, can you unmute yourself quickly?
Okay, Mr. Uche, it's like your network is breaking. Thank you, Barrister, for your time.
That's fine.
So, okay,
that's fine. Thank you. Please, before we do this spotlight right now for 2 minutes, before we go on to this, Dr. Eze, please. Vera, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I said before, Dr. Eze, thanks. Just get ready.
No problems, I'm here.
Yeah, just 1 second. Jude, can you unmute yourself and speak now?
I'm ready. Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Hello? Dr. Eze, please give me. Dr. Eze, please hold on and give me 2 seconds. 2 minutes. Let Jude speak, and then we go to yours because we need some time to ask questions. All right. So Jude, please go ahead.
See me?
Jude, go ahead.
All right. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Jude. I'm calling from Enterprise Development Center. And we are having, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak in this gathering. I can see there are a lot of good work happening in the Startup South Entrepreneurship group. And I would like to inform you about our upcoming event, which is the Transforming Nigerian Youth Program Marketplace. This marketplace is an opportunity for you to exhibit your products and services. And usually during this marketplace, it's more or less like a trade fair. It's an opportunity for you as a vendor, because we are giving out this opportunity for vendors to come and exhibit their products with Enterprise Development Center. And this exhibition is free. If you check the chat box, there's a content written because of the limited time. There's a content written down with all the benefits and the details of this marketplace. And then, well, I'm also going to share the flyer on the chat for you to register and join. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jude. So the TNY program is happening in Aba.
It's happening in Aba. Yes,
So
it's happening in Aba in
all right.
Aba Sports Club. So I'm going to drop that on the WhatsApp, on the Zoom chat. And then for those who are interested, they should register for the program. And also, we will be giving out freebies during this program. We would also have entertainment. Comedians are going to come, dancers are going to come, And
Good.
you would also see, all right.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, Jude.
Thank you. Dr. Eze, are you ready for us, sir? Thank you so much.
100% ready.
All right, take it off. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Richard.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Doc, go ahead,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, sorry. I thought I was expecting to get a heads up from you to go ahead before I could just tell that. Okay, so fine. Dr. Prince Lawrence is my name. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Innovation, Science and Technology, Enugu State. From the topic I was given, building a digital first Enugu, then unlocking opportunities for innovation and startup growth. In Enugu, we're doing a great lot in Enugu. I assumed office, I think, sometime late last 2 years, 2003. And once I assumed office, I did my best to try as much as possible to establish some level of closeness with the Enugu tech ecosystem. We tried to bring myself to a level where we all can sit down and then have a discussions around what happened in the tech ecosystem, how the tech ecosystem in Enugu is being operated and all that, the level of the startups that are being incubated and a whole lot of them. Naturally, I didn't have a tech background, okay? So, but because I have been an entrepreneur for over 25 years, so the governor actually believes that having the right human resources and the right financial resources that can always turn things around and then produce the right result. And what I did was to bring these guys on board, and we started working together on how to reposition the startup ecosystem in Enugu State. And part of what we have done, because I'll be speaking from the point of government, okay, is that when we came in on board, of course, we've had a whole lot of insecurity issues in Enugu then, and then what did we need to do? We had to also deploy technology at work, brought in the AI-enabled cameras that we deployed across the entire metropolis, Enugu metropolis, and then we are now extending them to the hinterlands and all that. So with that, what we have done, it brought down the insecurity, because what I'm actually touching on the security aspect is that because if you don't have the right security atmosphere, there is no startup that can thrive, there is no business that can thrive. Before we came in, people were hiding in their homes, especially every Monday. You know, I don't know whether that still happens in some other parts of Southeast for now. I don't think so. But if it does, for Enugu, it has become a thing of the past. It happened like, as we speak today, it's like Enugu people have forgotten that there was a time such a thing existed. Why? Because we as a government, my governor did his best and we deployed everything and we brought all that under control. We fought it with everything we had because it was killing businesses. And when established businesses are dying, what becomes of the startups? So we were able to set up this. And today, I can boldly tell you that Enugu prides itself as the city with the biggest and the best state-of-the-art security system in the Federation. If you come to our command and control center, in fact, the Honorable Minister visited it, and he told us publicly that the only place he has seen something close to this was in China, where you have walls of about a story to 2 story with all covered with screens, and you can pick the eyelids, the AI cameras can pick eyelids, it can pick number plates and can pick every other thing. I'm trying to just get a little background on what we have done on the security aspect that has now enabled businesses to thrive, and then private sector businesses are flooding into Enugu in their droves. For anyone who listens to the information and news that churns out from Enugu will understand that on daily basis, we are having foreign and local investors trooping into Enugu. Okay, some other states go out there now looking for investors. Investors come from across the globe to look for us. Why? Because we have a governor that have been able to set the motion in place, have been able to put the state in the right direction where everybody understands that this state is on the go and is prepared and ready for business. So that's what we have done in the security aspect, which has put the businesses, moving very fast in Enugu as we speak right now. So on the tech hubs in Enugu has an emerging tech hub and one of the fastest in the federation. I think for those who had the time or have had also the opportunity of listening to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala when she was given opportunity to speak from the WTO during the Southeast Business Summit, she was very specific in mentioning that the emerging tech hubs in Enugu is something that, if well harnessed, will transform Enugu into the next Silicon Valley of Africa or West Africa. But we in Enugu, we're working very hard. We actually don't want to use the word Silicon Valley. We're using the word Westgate. So we are using that because that acronym, because we're trying to also replicate what we have in this Silicon Valley down here in Enugu, and the governor is giving us all the needed support, and we're going to be having the launch very soon during the Enugu Tech Festival that will be coming up in May. All right, so the tech hubs in Enugu, we were able to take our time to run a visitation of all of them, has brought all of them together. Of course, you know that most of the problems we have with startups and the incubators in the startup businesses are the tiny politics that go on with them. They have also those minor little rivalry thing and who is the best and who is not. I was able to bring all of them under one umbrella and made them to understand, if you want to play politics, just come and join PDP or APC and leave all this. If you want to also get involved with the businesses of making money through tech, face your business and let the politics be. So, and they listen to me, and we are all able to come together, and today we are one big happy family in Enugu. So that is for the tech hubs. Now, for the relationship that we have created between the Enugu tech ecosystem, the startups in Enugu with the security agencies in Enugu State, prior to this time, it has been a very big issues and major. When I first met with them, I assembled and I had this discussion. What was one of the major complaints they have is how the Nigerian police force have been chasing them around and harassing them, a lot of stuff like that. And why was it so? It was so because a lot of our young guys, they have their own brands, they braid their hairs, dreadlocks here and there, and so the security agencies, especially the Nigerian police, even after the NSAS program and all that stuff that we all expected that these things should have been a thing of the past, they still go ahead chasing these young men, harassing them, arresting, flipping through their phones and all that. So I had to bring them together with to have a meeting with the commissioner of police. And by the time we were done, we extended it to the crack team, which is the main team that has been actually harassing their lives. So the honorable commissioner brought all of them together. We had a meeting, and we made them understand, if you have anybody that harasses you again, please call my number. So if I call my number, because the Nigerian police, the way they behave, they will always deny. They start denying. I say, okay, fine. Henceforth, we all agreed with the commissioner of police that whoever now tries to, do anything untowards to our young people that are in the tech business anymore, please feel free to immediately report to us. So by the time you report to us, we can now take it up. We call the chief security officer to the governor, who was also part of the meeting, because our governor is very desirous of the future of our young people, that most of his investment and everything he does is channeling towards the younger generation. This year alone, Enugu State is the only state that has voted about 33.2% of our entire budget to education. So that gives you an idea of how much value that our governor has, okay, for the young people. So having said all that, and at the end of the day, we all agreed. So my number was shared and it was open. Anyone who harasses you, please get to me immediately so that we can be able to reach the Honorable Commissioner, the Commissioner of Police, and say, look, this is what's going on. Your people have started. So at that point, all that harassment has been reduced. So we hardly hear of these harassments anymore. So that's the more we have also done in terms of trying to smoothen the relationship with the security agencies in terms of harassment. Because once you have a startup that is being seriously harassed, by security agencies, it dissuades others from getting involved in startups and all that, and it's a huge problem. Then, lastly on my plate is the huge one. That is the upcoming Enugu Tech Festival 2025, which is going to commence from the 6th of May, which is arrival day, but the flag off day proper is on the 7th of May, to 9th of May. It's going to be happening at the Enugu, the newly built state-of-the-art Enugu International Conference Center, and is promising to be the biggest tech event in the entire of West Africa. Why is this so? Because we have the ample space, we have everything it takes. The auditorium alone, the only auditorium that you can find in Nigeria that is bigger than that is the one we have in Lagos that was built a long time ago. I can't remember the name again, but that's the only one. Yeah, National Theatre. National Theatre is the only one you can maybe compare to that, because we have about 3,000 seating capacity, and we have two other halls that have about 2,000 and 1,500 capacity. So putting together, I have about 5,000 capacity halls within the same premises. And we are built because our expectation is about 10,000. Everything we are doing is targeted at the startups, to see that we build an ecosystem, in a tech ecosystem, where everyone in Enugu and everyone in Nigeria would be very, very, very proud of. So again, the angel investors and every other person, funders from all corners, to look at, we'll have pitching competitions already that's going on. We have the hackathon competitions also that are going on already. We're looking at how we can start also pitching most of our young men, both in the Web3 and all that have already built so many fantastic things that all they needed was just a mild support to upscale them to the next level in life. So this tech festival promises to be the best that everyone in Nigeria who loves tech is expected to attend, so you can be able to see precisely that the raw talents that we have in tech, you can always find most of them from the Southeast. So and South as well, of course. So most of the tech events have always been clustered, besides what we're having here online and what the Startup South has done in Enugu. And so it has always been clustered around Lagos. And most people who get these things done are also raw talents also from the South and Southeast and all that. So it's not about location, but the most important thing is that we have to take the game down to where the raw talents are, and Enugu is that place. So on this note, I want to thank everyone for this wonderful opportunity, and I hope to open my arms and welcome all of you to Enugu to have a free 4 days enjoyment with us, on Enugu during the Enugu Tech Festival. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? All right.
Very well.
I hope I'm not echoing.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
All right, thank you. So thank you
So more
very
people
much, Honorable Commissioner. We should allow at least one question or two at this point. If you have a question, you can drop it on the chat and the Honorable Commissioner will answer it. So if you have any question on the chat, we would answer. We would ask it. All right, while that is going on, while you're doing that, please do me the favor.
Yeah, if I is asking, if I face you asking how we bring stakeholders together. Can I go ahead to answer that?
Yes, go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
please. Go ahead, sir.
We bring stakeholders together, first of all, by being personally in touch with all the stakeholders. I do not think, as we speak right now, that both the GDG and so many other different clusters of the tech that are in Enugu that can say I have not visited or know their various heads, So all we do with the stakeholders is have a one-on-one with them. I have virtually all their telephone numbers on my phone, and they have mine as well. So I brought myself to a level where all of us are friends, because that's the best way you can be able to relate with people. So we are friends already, and we relate, and some of them even call me late in the night, and we talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. And with that, they find me a very willing friend, and I think that's the best way I have gone in bringing stakeholders together.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we have any other question? But while we're on that, Oluwe and Lawrence Okosa, please, you can take your turns now and start sharing your screen.
Okay,
Starting
someone
from,
is saying, how
yes.
do people who are interested in attending the festival from Port Harcourt come? Enugu is a very free place. It's just about 2.5 hours drive from Port Harcourt, if I'm not mistaken. So and where it's happening is a central place in Enugu. The newly built and commissioned International Conference Center is directly opposite of Para Square. The next to it is the seat of power, the Enugu State Government House. So it's not a hidden place, but I will add, I will share with Uche so that Uche can share with everyone the registration link. Okay. So anybody who is interested, but I expect everyone to be interested, because this is the biggest thing that will be happening in West Africa so far, because of how much energy and how much commitment my governor has put into this. And let me also try to also just drop this. The Honorable Minister for Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Tijani Bosun, he was in Enugu, 2 weeks ago. By the time he visited, when he saw what we have put in place in the preparation, he said, no, this is no longer going to be left with Enugu to handle. He has now joined to make his ministry a co-host of that event. He's going to be speaking also. But beyond that, he has gone as far as to mobilize a lot of 3 entity fellows across the federation that will be attending this same event. So what that simply implies is that it's a gathering of who is who in tech industry in Nigeria and across the globe.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that's the much questions we can take. But I think, Honorable Commissioner, I think you're still around here. There's still going to be a breakout room, and there's opportunity for more people to ask questions. Please, guys, stick around. Honorable Commissioner is giving us today to answer questions and to interact with the larger ecosystem in Startup South. We're going to be taking 2 pitches from 2 startups. Incidentally, one of the startups is based in Enugu. Honorable Commissioner, so you want to stay back and interact a bit more, okay?
No problem.
So in no order, I'd like to call Oluwe, please, can you unmute yourself and share your screen very quickly?
Right. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you. But you need to share your screen as well, quickly. The time starts now.
Can you see my screen?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
It's coming up.
It's coming up now.
All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we
Yes.
can see your screen now.
For what you're doing for the ecosystem. So my name is AB and I'm the co-founder of Tetra. Tetra is a startup here in the South, Benin City precisely. And what we're building is a financial service that enables small businesses and startups to build and to scale. All right. So one of the challenges that we have in Nigeria is the fact that even though we have huge digital payment adoption, the problem is a lot of businesses pay huge amounts on transaction fees. In addition to that, startups have to pay huge transaction fees to other organizations who help them process payments and transactions, and all of that eats a large portion of their revenue. Okay, so what we're trying to build here is what we're trying to solve here rather is one, we're solving the problem of unpredictable and high transaction costs. 95% of business owners do not know how much they spend, how much they pay rather for transaction fees. Number two, startups, it's very difficult for them to get scalable API services, right? You have to depend on people like Paystack or Flutterwave. But the problem with this is it's very, very expensive for startups. So it's difficult for them to jump on those solutions. So what we are offering at Tetra is a subscription-based bank account for businesses where throughout there are no transaction fees. You do all your transactions, you keep all the money that you earn. We don't charge you for any fee whatsoever. Also, we're providing banking APIs for startups. Okay, so you could integrate wallets, payments, checkout into your service that you're offering. Okay, why this matters? Why does this matter? This matters, right? Because with what we're offering, businesses can save up to 100,000 naira per year compared to traditional transaction-based fee models, making it very easy to manage their cash flow. Also, startups can have access to affordable, flexible banking infrastructure that supports growth so that they can focus on innovation rather than back-end challenges. Okay. Our model is simple. We charge 3,000 naira per month for our bank accounts, and then for our transactions, our APIs, we charge 0.2% capped at 100 naira, which is the lowest at the moment. So for traction, we launched 50 days ago. Yes, we launched 50 days ago, and in 50 days we've onboarded 100 users. We've processed over $15,000 in transactions. We have 5 businesses waiting to use our APIs. We have a fintech who are launching on Monday already in Benin. Also, we have a fintech who they have 3,000 users on their waitlist. We have a fintech who are jumping on our platform. We have a signed partnership with Providence Bank, VFD Bank, to allow us to run most of these transactions. So our goal in the next 12 months is to onboard 500 new businesses and to grow our transaction volume to 500 million naira per month. Okay. So for the founders, myself, Bishop Febi Dahosa, president of BIU, is our advisor. Okay. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll take your questions if you have any questions.
All right, thank you very much. We'll ask questions on the chat. All right. So quickly, Lawrence Okosa, please share your screen and let's shoot. Unmute yourself. If you have questions for the Tetra team, please ask on the chat. Lawrence, please, can you unmute yourself? Vera, please can you reach out to Lawrence?
Please, Lawrence, are you here? He's actually on the call. Let me call him.
Okay, so please let's talk about let's go to the breakout rooms now. When we come back, we talk about startup stuff. Please stay tuned. There's still a lot more conversations. There is a pitch. There's a
Ms. Auche.
Yes, please.
We are supposed to have a fireside chat before that.
Let's do the fireside chat after the breakout room.
Okay.
Guys, please hold on. We'll do the fireside chat after the breakout room. All right. So guys, let's go to the breakout room. So while we're getting ready for breakout room, if Lawrence, if you're ready, otherwise we would move on. So guys, there are 2 rooms that we're creating. Okay. There are 2 rooms that we're creating. You can jump in between the rooms. All right. Each of the room is, one is for talent, one is on talent, the other one is on policy. Dr. Kachi will be driving the one on policy. Richard Okiasi and who else will be driving the one on talent? Yes, please. What was he saying to the chat on the chat box? I can't hear him.
He's saying that the admin is not allowing him to unmute, so he can't unmute to speak.
No. Except he's not. Lawrence Okosa is a co-host. Except he's not. Except he's a wrong this thing. He's a co-host. Maybe he should. Where is his this thing? Lawrence, you're a co-host. Did you join with 2? Did you join with 2 this thing? Did you join with 2 devices?
Apparently he did.
Because your other device is still here.
Lawrence, can you drop at the backstage the name of your other device?
No, hold on. I think, let me see. All right.
Meanwhile, Uche, can I?
Yes, Dr.
Can I
Kash.
just mention? Yeah, just very briefly mention that I'm interested in Oluwe. That's
yeah.
The Tetra.
That's the Tetra,
Yes.
the Team Tetra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tetra. Please give me my contact, as well as Obinna, the address guy, Obinna Onyejeli. Please give me my contact. Yes,
Okay.
I think I have a bunch of people that want to listen to them with a view to getting stuff done with them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We would definitely do that. Lawrence, you're here now.
Yes, please. I just want to confirm if everyone could hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear
All
you.
right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lawrence. I'm co-founder at YQ. YQ is a TikTok-like food app and a SaaS for restaurants. So essentially, 2 years ago, while we're about to complete our undergraduate program, I encountered one of my classmates who ran a virtual kitchen, and he had a kitchen, but he also ran it virtually, basically on WhatsApp. And so we tried to order from him one of the days, and then it took a while for him to respond, right? And then eventually reached out to him personally, asking why it took so long to respond. Then we found that the reason was because even though they were handling their business virtually, they still had to respond to a ton of people. So essentially, they had transmitted the cues from the physical, aspect of the business to the digital aspect. So we thought of how we could handle this using food delivery apps. And we found that the food delivery market currently in Nigeria is 3% built, right? So that means that they are mostly in Lagos and Abuja, right? And most of the markets are very underserved. And so we decided to solve this problem. And I wanted to solve it in a very unique way. right? That helps restaurants manage all their orders, receive their orders, and of course, make also the users, come back for even more. So we decided to do some research. We found that, restaurants lack data infrastructure on how much money it is that they make or how much order that they make, which causes operational inefficiencies. Then on the customer side, which because it's a food delivery app, we found that most customers these days make decisions based off visually appealing meals and videos. We did further research and we found something very interesting from TikTok, that the hashtag Food Talk had over 67 billion views. And when you check some of those videos, you find people, making inquiry, how can I order this? Or I wish I could have access to this. So we found something also very unique, that 72%, based on our polls of African Gen Z consumers, discover food on TikTok and Instagram and make paying decisions based on high visuals and videos. So we decided to build YQ. YQ is a threefold product in one. So it's an AI-powered TikTok-like food delivery app. Think of TikTok, but for food, where you can order the food. So the restaurants and the virtual kitchens create content about their food, and people can, place their orders, and we have it delivered to them. Then we have delivery optimization system, a mobile app for delivery partners to be able to deliver these orders, and a payment and SaaS infrastructure for restaurants and virtual kitchens to manage all their orders in one platform. So our vision is to build, or is still to build, the largest social food app in Africa and the biggest integrated order solution for restaurants. The total addressable market, it varies at the moment, is 3.6 billion a year, right? And we intend to get a serviceable, obtainable market of $96 million every single year being processed, essentially 3% of the market. Also as well, for the market size, there are over, at last time we checked, 70,000 restaurants and food businesses in Africa, where we found that only 3% have adopted ERP solutions or SaaS for their products to be able to manage their businesses. So we've launched, and our current business model is advertising transaction fees, because service charges, delivery fees, SaaS subscription tools, and commissions from restaurants. We have all of these channels on our platform. Given the fact that we launched last year on the 1st of March last year around this time, right? And we've onboarded over 55 plus restaurants and virtual kitchen, including Chicken Republic, KFC, Kilimanjaro, Itachosia, and we're just in Enugu. Of course, we're in Asuka and Enugu, so essentially 2 cities within the Enugu town. We've had over 5,000 downloads, 60,000 orders plus delivered, 40% monthly retention rates. We've paid over 50 million plus to restaurants and virtual kitchens, 10 million plus to restaurants, and we've appeared on 4 pitches and publications. Here are my co-founders. Pascal was the one that ran the virtual kitchen. He's a Cameroonian, but he's also a software engineer who has worked for different companies across the UK and the US. And then my other co-founder here is a software engineer, seasoned software engineer. He has more expertise in the food delivery business. He was part of the founding engineer for a YC-backed startup called Drop Easy, right? Food delivery startup. And then you have myself. We have a combined experience of 20 years across the food and tech industry in 6 countries. So essentially, we're currently bootstrapped, and we are seeking an investment of $250,000 to expand to other cities, acquire, customers, and then grow our business. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Lawrence. So if you have questions for YQ, you can ask on the chat, and please hang on. We're still coming back after the breakout. So we're going to do this breakout for 25 minutes, and we're back here for a very sizzling fireside chat that you don't want to miss. And then plus a big announcement and opportunities. All right, thanks. So you're going to be assigned automatically to rooms, but just in case you don't, you just select the rooms that you want to join and go there. Room 1, there are 2 rooms. Room 1 is going to be for talent. Room 2 is for policy. Please just note that. So I'm going now to the rooms. Like I said, room 1 is for talent. Room 2 is for policy. Please don't share your LinkedIn yet. We will come back and do all of those. We have opportunity to interact with each other very well. Please join the rooms. The rooms are open now. DJ, please give us music here while we're in the room, please. While we're joining the rooms. DJ, can you hear me? In case you're wondering how to join, if you're using your mobile, you will see 4 squares on top of your screen. Click on it. All right. I'm still waiting. Please join the rooms. Hello. Okay, Obina, you're here. Thank you for. Richard, please join, and they are waiting for you to start in the talent room. Okay, so is everybody where they're supposed to be now? All right, so this is Richard here now. Okay, Richard, please go ahead. Yes, go ahead and work with the people you have here.
Okay, guys, welcome back here. So we are waiting for the other group members to round up so we can continue with our fireside chat. Okay, thank you for staying put with us. We have a few minutes and then we'll be ending the conference. Thank you so much.
But I share my force. I stand strong, I be warrior. Mama, need one time for you. Oluwa bona, legend to you. I jump up with the hustler, we look up to you. Mama, need one time for you. Oluwa bona, legend to you. I jump up with the hustler, we look up to you. She been there from Tansamadi, they move it down to Borokiri. She no go last me, I am Mary. Oh, I love you, my mommy. She be the one from somebody. They move it down to Borokiri. She no go last me, I am Mary.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you,
you, my mommy.
Welcome, everyone. So quickly, we'll just do a roundup of the conversations from the talent room and from the policy room. So the leads can just do a brief presentation. And if you have answers to some of the posers, you can drop it in the chat, because we'll just do that and quickly go to the fireside chat and then do the announcement and then network. All right. So everyone, welcome back, and let's go. Let's take the policy team first.
Thank you very much. You all can hear me. So yes, the killers of startup are the same everywhere. The same infrastructure, the same power connectivity and financing and all that. And then no access and no protection for startups, you know. Of course, they'll definitely be outcompeted by everybody that's standing. So the summary of what we're saying is that we should start what we call startup free zones. The same way you have export free zones, you know, that are meant to encourage everything you need. You get it in that one spot to be able to enable you to do that export business. So we have startup free zones. In that startup free zones, we're talking about where to be able to centrally provide connectivity, centrally provide power, centrally provide electricity. And guess what? It even will attract its own manpower around it, so that it's handy for you to see somebody who does this, who else, who does it, you know. So we are encouraged. The idea will be to have it in every local government. We might start with states, zones, and then down to local governments. But idea will be to have it in every local government, so that you encourage more and more startups. It's not a waste, it's not a spend of, it's not a waste of money, it's not money being spent anyhow, because the states and environment and country will eventually benefit from these startups and the innovations that come. Today, Money Point is a unicorn, you know. So let us, even one successful venture may be able to pay for everything at the end of the day. So so that's the trust of what we're saying, to be able to do, set up the startup free zones, you know, as a policy and all that, and devote a portion of the state income to it, you know, and encourage it in every way. There are other things to do, of course, which is to work out how we can incentivize private sector, whether by tax credit for innovations or for supporting innovations and stuff like that. So those are the details of what can go to use and fund and maintain the startup as well, and encourage, because it's not just government, it's organized private sector as well as public sector. So I think that is where we can leave this for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kachi. Let's see. Okay, if there's any comments, questions, you can put it on the chat regarding this.
And before I finish, please don't forget the people I said to connect me with. I will set up a panel to listen to them and to see how we can advance those discussions. the addressing person, and then the payment solution provider for small payments, etc. Right. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. All right. Talent team, can you go? Richard. Richard, can you unmute yourself? Sorry, hold on. Oh, they are so sorry. Hold on, hold on.
Make him a co-host.
Yeah, he's a co-host now.
All right, everybody. Good evening once again. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. My name is Richard Okiasi, and I happen to facilitate the session on talent development. So it's very important for us here, and I believe that the Startup South team thought it very wise, because talent runs every organization, and at every point in time, we need to take the conversation of talent development seriously. Big and successful organizations invest a lot of money in developing their talents, in ensuring that they get better. One of the things we usually say is that you can't blame them if you did not train them. You can't ask for a competence or a level of competence you have not trained your people for. So even as an individual, as you invest in yourself, and as a founder here, you have to invest in your team. I happen to share the room with Philemon. I don't know if he's here, and we touched on some conversations ranging from, we talked about some trainings that business people can access, which is really cost effective or maybe even free. So, but you need to be in the Startup South community. I think that's where he said he will share the access to some of those organizations that you can reach out to. So if you're looking for organizations that should or will train your team, or you can even be part of, you get, even recently Startup South had some like that. So ensure you're in the community. Then we talked about, you might see in the comment section, I talked about something related to a skill gap analysis and a training needs analysis. Most times people just dive into different trainings without really knowing the head or tail of what they are going into. So as an organization, training is expensive. So before you indulge in any training, you have to first do what is called a skill gap analysis. What is the need? So because you want to know what exactly do these people you're training, what do you want them to learn at the end of the day? What are the competencies that by the end of this training, you want to see them? And also those competencies that those people are gaining, what results will you help your business to gain? That is what a training, a skill gap analysis shows you. Not everybody knows it, and if you also need assistance on how to develop such for you, you can reach out to me and I can guide you with that. Then we also talked about the training needs analysis. The difference between the training needs analysis and the skill gap analysis is more like training needs is catering for what your business wants to do in the future, while the skill gap analysis is looking at what are the competencies needed for your business at the moment to achieve the results it wants to achieve? Why the training needs analysis, you're prospecting for the future. I think myself and Philemon also talked about some of the gaps and how we as as business owners have a responsibility to shape how the environment perceives talents. So initially we hear stories like talents are people are trained to just become job seekers or to search for jobs. So we also talked about our responsibility, shared responsibility to maybe change that, you understand, as we grow, if we can start putting our heads together to see how we can support, if it's even incubator programs in a primary school you came out from, a secondary school you came out from, you don't know, it might begin to ignite something in some of those people for the future. And even they know that maybe going to university is to get that broad knowledge, but not necessarily because they want to come out and become job seekers, right? So this really summarizes what we discussed. And of course, if you have questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Philemon is here to answer, and myself, I could also attend to them. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Oche and Dr. Vera.
All right, thank you very much. Just hold on. Thank you, guys. So we're quickly moving to the fireside chat. All right, you've seen this other. I think we've had an amazing evening, afternoon and evening so far, but the best is yet to come. There's an opportunity for all of us that are remaining here to connect, and we're going to unmute everybody, and you have the opportunity to speak and talk about what you do and connect with other people, all right? But before we do that, there are two things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is we're going to have a chat with two amazing people that are doing some awesome stuff. And we're going to learn basically what they are doing and understand. So I don't know if you have the slide up. Can we have the slide up? Otherwise, let me just go and introduce them. Are you on this call? So let me just find out if she's on this call already. Please, please, what this thing is Chimeka on? I can't find Chimeka here.
I think she's having issues, but George is on. She's having issues with her system. Yeah.
So we talk with George then.
George, yeah.
All right. So let me welcome. Please help me welcome Mr. George Ute, who is the co-founder of Shop Trio. He's going to be telling us about Shop Trio, but let's please welcome George. George, and unmute yourself.
Hello, guys. Good evening.
Okay, that's the man. All right. So great to see you, George. Well done. Yes. So this is awesome. So I'd like to know, George, you want to give us a brief introduction of yourself? Tell us about yourself.
Okay.
And by extension.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ute George. I am a co-founder and the chief executive officer of Shop Trio. Let me just move straight to Shop Trio. In Shop Trio, we provide both access to market and access to finance to manufacturers and distributors in the African informal sector. So we operate by providing market access to manufacturers in the fashion sector in Aba, based in Aba, while providing the same access to market to distributors. But the distributors, we know that distributors need more than access to market. I mean, in Nigeria, there are lots of things that can affect businesses in the informal sector, and one of them is the economic downturn. So we also provided these distributors with access to finance. Through access to finance, we provide these distributors with access to credit, also loans, but instead of giving them cash loans, we provide them with credits where we finance their inventory to enable them to scale their businesses, especially in a country like Nigeria, where there is instant economic downturns. So before starting Shop3, I was involved in the real estate sector. And if you're wondering how someone from the real estate sector entered the e-commerce sector, well, I've always had love for the e-commerce sector. I was raised by a family that was involved in trade. My dad was a banker and my mom was also a trader. So I have this strong love for the informal sector. Also, my family also has a long history in manufacturing in Aba. So I came to understand the sector and ventured into it. Before venturing into the e-commerce sector, I also worked in the finance sector, working with Zenith Bank PLC and also working with several real estate firms as well as the Lagos State Ministry of Finance. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So Shop3 has grown, expanding to Canada as we speak. What would you say has been your biggest biggest takeaway from the growth of Shop3 so far?
Okay, one of the biggest takeaway that I would say is that we built Shop3 from the shadows, just like the theme of this discussion stated. We built Shop3 from the shadows. It was very, very difficult. We found it very, very, very extremely difficult. We started from building a B2C company. We saw that it was almost difficult to scale. And then we moved from building B2C to B2B. It was difficult, but one of the things that we did was we tried to understand our customers very well. Because if you are building, whatever venture you are building, especially if you are building from the shadows, you must understand your customers. If you fail to understand your customers, it will be difficult. And for us in Shop3, one paramount thing we did was to understand our customers. In fact, the customers were involved actively in building our products.
Interesting. Are you at liberty to discuss your numbers? For instance, are you free to talk about your numbers in Shop3 and
Okay.
maybe talk about a few decisions that you've made that helped you, to get to those numbers?
Okay, I'll talk briefly about the numbers because I wouldn't want to disclose certain information. When we started Shop3, when we were building Shop3 as a B2C company, it was very difficult to scale. And because of it, we had to make a very difficult decision of moving from B2C to B2B. It was not easy because we had our first product, which we built from WordPress. But we noticed that most of our customers are non-tech savvy. So you cannot take that kind of a product or website to a non-tech savvy customer. So we had to take down the website and moved from processing orders through a website to using WhatsApp. It was a very difficult decision and it was very, very stressful. It had a lot of emotional and mental, it came with a lot of mental stress, emotional stress, and you feel down. It affected a lot. But it was a necessary step that we took. And after understanding our customers through WhatsApp, we built our mobile application. So we saw our users growing from about 1,000 users from when we had the B2C company to growing to about 23,000 users now with our mobile application. We also saw our gross merchandise value from about $50,000 in 2023 to about over $8 million today. So it was very, very necessary.
Interesting. So considering the kind of people you deal with, the artisans, in Aba, right? How are they able to use the technology that you provide or what workaround are you doing? Because that's something that a lot of people think is difficult to do.
Well, being in the informal sector comes with a lot of stress. And if you are not up for it, you will find it very difficult to scale. You need to do the work. You need to do a lot of dirty work. There is no such thing as I'm a founder. Because I'm a founder, I'm not going to do this or do that. You must get your hands dirty. For us in Shop3, we took a lot of risk. First, we understood that since our customers are non-tech savvy, you don't expect them to have a smartphone or even know how to use a smartphone.
Yeah.
So it means when you are working with these guys, the onboarding of these users, you need to spearhead it. We are involved with the onboarding. For our manufacturers, we have what people will call the agents in Aba. These agents go into the market, they onboard manufacturers, they upload their products and manage their stores for them. So every agent has a number of manufacturers whom they manage. Then in our distributors market in Onitsha or Ibadan, we also have agents who work with distributors here. They onboard the distributors and assist these distributors in placing their orders, including loan processing and other things. Also, the agents in Aba are also actively involved in ensuring due diligence as well as quality control, because you don't want to use distributors buying products, and when the product is delivered, you see something else. So the agents are involved in both quality control, due diligence, as well as okay, my head. So the agents are very much involved in all these activities. Yes.
Yeah.
Because since you are in the informal sector, you need to be actively involved in and working with the users there.
Interesting. So what's the future like for Shop3?
Well,
where do you see Shop3 in the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? Yeah.
Okay, so for Shop3, we are working very, very hard. Like you mentioned, we recently signed a franchise agreement with a company based in Canada to begin to export made in Aba products to Canada. So in the future, we hope to see a situation or a time where made in Aba products will be available in the international market, not just as what it is known everywhere as low standard or low quality product, but as top quality products. And in the further future, we aim for a time when made in Nigerian products in general will be able to compete with the global market. I'm talking about China and other parts of Asia.
Thank you so much, George. It's unfortunate that Princess is not able to join us. Princess is another person that is doing some fantastic stuff. Humanity Nest has over, if I'm correct, if I'm not misstating numbers, has over 3 million users. Okay, has over 3 million users and is a charity tech, startup based here in Port Harcourt. So hopefully in another session, we will be able to have them speak to us and share some of the things how they're able to do that. So thank you so much, George. Wishing you and the Shop3 best of luck. And of course, as community, we'll be here to support and continue to support, right? So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Uche.
I think people have questions for you. Is there any question on the, sorry, I didn't ask. Is there any question in the chat for Shop3? Okay. I think the only chat is somebody who says they want to connect with you, Abi. All right. Okay, so it's not for you. So thank you. Okay, at this point, Vera, what do we have next? I think we'll just do
we have open mic section where everybody network just for a few minutes and then closing remarks.
Yeah, that's because, but we've not talked about startups at 10 and some opportunities that are available
that's a big
for people.
Yeah.
So, but I think what we can say to the community is we're going to have another convening where we'll do the review for Startup South 10, specifically for Startup South 10. But because you're here, let's talk about it briefly. A lot of you know our annual conference, which is in October. This year is October 2nd and 3rd. But ahead of that, we're going to have quite a number of engagements, quite a number of activities across different cities. But most importantly, as you know, we provide an opportunity for founders. We provide an opportunity for community members, startups, organizations, and everybody to be able to create sessions on the conference. So we'll be making a call shortly about that, and we will share a lot more details about what it is. And then we'll be going live with the ticketing and of course, look forward to the awards as well. So it's something you want to book your calendar now. Startup South 10 is October 2nd and 3rd, but watch out because there are city leads across your different cities that are going to be connected. So we have I'm sure we have all the city leads around. So all the city leads, can we just use the opportunity? You can put on your videos, then after that we can do the open the mic. So I'm opening up now. So please just make sure that you have. Thank you, Peter, agent. So I'm opening up now, but make sure that you have your. Please don't, if you're not speaking, don't unmute your mic. So I want to introduce the city leads for those of you, and then if you, okay, so if you are not already in the Startup South community, please, the way to join, somebody post the link on the group. The way to join is to fill the form bit.ly/join-S2C. You will get an instant email in the box. In that mail, you can check your spam box because most of the mail deliver in spam box. So you can introduce yourself on Slack, include the city, and include your LinkedIn profile, and somebody will reach out to you and add you to a WhatsApp group that belongs to that city. Okay? That's how to join the Startup South community. We have communities across different cities, not just in the South, and Southeast. Isioma, please confirm that you're here. Can you unmute yourself?
I'm here.
Okay, but we can't see your video.
I'm not disposed to. Just a minute.
Yes, we'll go to someone else while we're waiting for you. Adessa, can you confirm you're here? Mirabel? God first?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, sir.
Okay, we need to see your video. Mirabel? Adeze? God first? Do we have, okay. Chibozo? Nathaniel? Okay, so most of the people I want to introduce are not here, so maybe you will get to meet them. So those of you that are here, can you unmute? Can you put on your video and unmute yourself so that we can introduce you to the community officially? Okay, can I speak? Hold on. Who is asking if they can speak? Hold on. All right. So maybe we'll do this introduction another day. The people I want to introduce are not ready.
Okay,
Alright,
Mr. Uche, Mirabel dropped earlier the link to the Slack. I think that will do so that they can join the Slack and we'll continue from there.
Yeah,
Mr.
thank
Uche, I'm here.
you. But okay, great. Somadina is here. Okay, Somadina, please. Isioma. Okay. So Isioma is the city lead for Lagos Island. Okay. So those of you in Lagos, you want to reach out to Isioma. If you introduce yourself on Slack, ask for Isioma, not Isioma. Isioma Obi. All right. So she's the city. You can see her face. She's the city lead for Lagos Island. All right. Mirabel, is your video on now? Okay. Somadina is here. Somadina is the city lead for Aba. Is the Startup South city lead for Aba. Somadina, can you say hello to everyone?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a very nice town hall event today. I'm the city lead for Aba. I'm Somadina Modela, the city lead for Aba, and I'm looking forward to having more people join the Aba community. We are doing great things, and there are a lot of events that are lined up specifically for Startup South Aba, and we'll be happy to have many other people join us and move the entire South and Startup South community further. Thank you so much. And also, I want to appreciate those from Startup South Aba that have been speakers on today's program. I'm super proud of them. And we have many other resource persons from Aba. So people should look out for us. It's not a competition, but
you have to connect with them too.
Now I'm inviting Obi back. Precious will be back to come and say a word now. So Isioma, please say hello to us.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. It's been an awesome section tonight. Let's say throughout the day. It's made my day actually. And I'm Precious to be Isioma from Lagos State Island, precisely. So I don't know if we'll have the islanders here. It would be awesome to have us in our midst. We really need you guys to come up on board so we can do amazing things together. Thank you so much. Thank you for this section. It's been impactful. It's been amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Mirabel, are you ready? Okay. Is God first here?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. On God first is the city lead for Owerri. God first, please unmute yourself and turn on your and say hi to everyone.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening from my end. So my name is God First Honor, the city lead for Owerri community. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you.
But we can't see your face. Your video is not on.
So sorry, my place is a bit dark.
All right, no problems. Thank you. So you can connect with God First. You can post your contact and people can reach out to you. Connect with God First if you're in Owerri. So one of the things we do in Startup South is, yes, we have a general founders forum where everybody, all the founders, people that are already building businesses, but every one of us, we need to be in the cities where we're based because it's to help connection to happen. All right. So connect with, if you're in a way, please connect with God first. Thank you very much. Who else is here? Is Nathaniel around? Okay. Is Nathaniel around? Nathaniel is a campus lead for Uniport. Adesa is not here as well. Adesa is the city lead for Enugu. I hope I don't. All right. And those of you that are here, if your city has not been mentioned, you're in the community and you don't know who your city lead is, your city does not have a lead, you can reach out to Ruth or reach out to me or Vera, or and we can discuss your lead. Mirabel is a city lead for Port Harcourt. Okay, so the floor is open now. If you want to speak, just raise your hand and we will call you, and you can introduce yourself and say what you do, and say what you do, and then you can also share your LinkedIn profile link on the chat. So make sure that you unmute yourself, put on your video, and let's talk. The floor is open now. You can raise your hand though, so that it's orderly. Raise your hand so that I can call. Once I call you, you can introduce yourself. Is it that we don't know how to use the raise hand icon or something is wrong? Okay, just go anyhow. Just unmute yourself and speak. Yes, Priska, please go.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Don't know if you can see me. It's a bit dark here. Well, it's dark. I think I'll turn off my video. So, hi, everyone. My name is Priska, and I'm actually a founder of Admin. We help businesses connect them to niche promoters, promote on their behalf, and earn while doing that. So far, it's been an interesting journey for us here at Admin, and thank you, Startup South, for all the opportunities you've given us for exposure, including this one as well. And it's been an interesting session here. Hoping to connect with some amazing people right away. So I'll be dropping my LinkedIn handle if you don't mind. And I'm open to connecting with anyone who is running a tech business in Owerri, Southeast, Lagos. I'm actually trying to start up something in Lagos here. So I would also appreciate to connect with Lagos founders. Yeah, and if you're building anything around advertising as well, content creation, marketing, I also want to connect with you. So thank you so much, Mr. Autry, for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Who is going next?
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. I think there's something wrong with my camera, so it doesn't come on. I'm Abonka Tochukwu. I'm in the city of Edinburgh. I'm presently a founder of building a product called Huddle. And Huddle is a gamified work tool. What it typically does is it takes like a task management tool and then gamifies it, basically helping teams, individuals to turn like boring, mundane day-to-day work into a gamified working experience. And the most interesting part of it is the live workroom feature. What this does is it connects you with any team or anybody that you want to work with at the time. So just take like, let's say you're in a development experience, you're trying to develop something and you start a Google Meet call just to fix an issue. actually. Right. So what it does, it takes a task and starts a live workroom for you and your teammates to solve whatever problem, or actually challenge yourself to who can work better and get points for that, and then just go up and up in our Huddle leaderboards. So Huddle is a product that we've been developing for quite a while. It's about to come out. We're hoping to be able to pitch that at the Enugu Tech Fest as well. So maybe everyone should watch out for our pitch at Huddle. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey building. A lot of things have gone both right and horribly wrong, but I've learned so much about the experience of building a product, and it's amazing to meet other people as well in the Southeast who are building amazing teams. And yeah, I'll drop my LinkedIn profile in the chat, and hoping to see everyone at the Tech Fest as well. We'll catch you guys some other time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope you also join the Enugu community, the Startup South Enugu community, and network with other founders there. All right, Peter Agent, go next.
Hi guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter. I'm currently researching. Founder, currently building a product Trivial. The goal is to build an AI-powered event planning tool, be it social or corporate event. Currently, we are trying to take feedback from people that plan events. It could be corporate event, social event, even events like what Startup South is doing. So we are trying to get feedback on what are the challenges you guys are facing. So if there's any plan here, you can get over to our
Is it me or I can't hear him anymore?
I think it's from him. I can't hear him also.
It's from
All right. Franzo, you want to go next? Franzo, yeah?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, everyone. The name is Frank Uzo. Sorry, I'm not in a good place to put on my video. The program caught up with me when I was away from my area of operation. All right, so I'm not exactly a tech person, but I offer business support services to tech organizations, especially in the areas of human resources management, the whole spectrum of human resources management. And as a matter of fact, I just concluded my last contract in Port Harcourt with a certain firm that is in the oil and gas sector. Okay, they provide tech-driven solutions to oil and gas operations. So I've identified a couple of challenges that tech startups do have, startups in general. So what I do is to leverage my experience in the private sector, in consulting, in different industries where I've worked over the past a decade and a half. I leverage all those experiences, including my experiences in the startup space, to help tech startups and other startups to fix their talent management challenges and also business operations and business management challenges. So I've dropped my LinkedIn link in the comment section in case anybody would like to connect. And I guess I've also connected with Isioma. She's been chatting me up on WhatsApp and following, making sure that I was able to connect. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you. Thank you.
Frank. Thank you, Frank. Great to have you here. All right, so the next is Henry. Henry Okafor. If you've spoken, you can bring down your hand so that I can have more space. Henry Okafor, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Uche, and good evening to Henry Okafor, and I am a founder. We are currently building a StockTop. StockTop is a digital marketplace where busy professionals can come in and buy foodstuffs and every other groceries they would be needing from the comfort of their home and have it delivered to their doorsteps without any hassle. So currently we are in our development stage right now, and very soon our MVP would be ready by the second week of next month. So I am glad being part of this today's community town hall meeting, and I am based in Anambra, Oka. Thank you. I will drop my LinkedIn link in the chat box.
Thank you, Henry. Are you already in the Oka community?
Not yet. I've not seen the link.
Okay. The link is in the chat. Just fill the form, join Slack and introduce yourself, and you'll be added to the Oka community. All right,
Okay,
thank you very much. Sunday, I go.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening. My name is Sunday Abu. I'm a program manager, and I'm currently the hub manager at RAD5 Tech Hub. At RAD5 Tech Hub, all we normally are based in talent development and supporting businesses, especially MSMEs that are currently based around our community. So we have some startups that are currently in our board, but I'll just speak about one of them, which is called School Suite. So School Suite is a platform, an edtech platform that helps schools to manage their processes from registration to admission to communicating with students, the attendance. Almost all school processes can be managed instead of doing manual, risking losing your data. You can now be able to use School Suite to manage everything that concerns your school, from registration, managing databases, collecting payments, communicating with parents and guidance, and all the rest of them. It has been an amazing session being the town hall meeting, and it's amazing hearing from my city lead, and I'll be doing more to connect with some other people that are in the tech ecosystem, especially here in Aba that we are based in. So it has been an amazing session. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you, sir. Thank you to Startup South organizers. Thank you to all the speakers that have spoken today, especially the one that spoke in our room. It has been an amazing session. I've really had a great time. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Sunday. Appreciated. Sixtus, you're next. Sixtus on the Majuru, please go ahead. All right, Mercy Innocent, let's go ahead. While Sixtus is getting ready.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mercy Innocent, and I'm the co-founder of Nezibo. So Nezibo is an online e-commerce marketplace or platform where entrepreneurs can get a store and market their goods, and the company will do the deliveries, just like the African Shopify. So here we are solving the challenges most businesses have with trying to get their goods and services online, and we are also taking some of the workload off their shoulders by giving them access to uninterrupted 24/7 customer rep who will be able to talk to their clients and customers and attend to all the inquiries and queries from their customers. And they can also run promotions on our platform to make their goods and services more accessible to global users. While we are at the moment still trying to finally launch. We have actually done our pre-launch phase, and we are getting people already enrolled in our platform, but we are still looking to launch. And I really gained so much from this meeting today, and it's a privilege to meet so many people with amazing ideas and amazing minds, and they're doing so much. So I've actually dropped my LinkedIn URL, but I'll do that again so that I can connect with wonderful founders and talent here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mercy. You didn't tell us where you're based.
Okay, I'm actually based in Port Harcourt, sir.
Oh, interesting. So you can connect with Mirabel then.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Robert, after you, then maybe Peter. Peter, your network is okay, I believe. So Robert Emmanuel.
I can't unmute too.
You just unmuted and then muted yourself back.
Oh, okay. Now, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Robert Emmanuel, a co-founder of Next Analytics. Currently, we are developing a product called AgriIntel. It's an AI-powered decision support tool that supports farmers, mostly smallholders platform. What this platform does, it delivers recommendation on planting schedules, pest and disease alert, and also resource management based on your local environmental data and historical pattern. What the farmers simply need to do is they simply input the crops they want and the location into the system, and it will run. It's just lightweight app. It can be run on WhatsApp bot. So what this app does, it eliminates the need for extensive hardware, making our tools accessible, affordable, and scalable in an urban region. So I'm based in Abia State, Aba. So thank you very much.
Well done, Robert. Samadin, I hope you're seeing all your people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peter Agent, are you able to talk now? I saw somebody that says, I've not introduced myself. Please raise your hand so I can call you. Use the raise hand icon so I can call you. Peter Agent, can you unmute yourself now? So I think Peter is still struggling with that, with his network. So let's have Esther. Esther, unmute.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Oh, God.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Esther, can you unmute yourself and speak?
I just did that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Esther Obuna. I am the founder of the Green Foods and Farms, where we grow, sell, and supply organic leaves and vegetables. Actually, I joined Startup South because I'm looking forward to apply tech into farming, so that because we focus mainly on growing organic vegetables and green leaves. So I'm looking forward to apply tech into farming, whereby people can have easily access to get these leaves directly from the farm through making orders online, even from restaurants, hotels and the rest. So I'm looking forward to do that. Actually, I don't know how to start, but since I'm in this platform, I think this is the right place for me to connect, collaborate, and partner with people who can join hands together to bring this to reality. And I've really enjoyed the session since 3 p.m. It has really been a wonderful one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Esther. So I guess that's all we have in terms of people introducing themselves. All right, thanks everyone. Oh yeah, Vera.
Okay,
Over to you, Vera.
thank you everyone for joining Start of South Town Hall. We don't take that for granted. I hope we were able to pick one or two to apply to what we do in our various startups. Those of us that are founders. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you being here with us, and we'll have this again in few months to come. Please watch out for that. And then, as Ms. Auchi said, we are going to be having our big events in October. So before the big events, we'll be having another section to unveil the big events. Thank you once again for your time, and please try as much as you can to join the different communities. And if you cannot, please look at, we have the link to our Slack. So please click on the link, join the Slack, and then we kind of kick off from there. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here with us. Have a good night rest, everyone.
By the way, DJ John is still here. DJ John is still here. DJ, you don't want to introduce yourself and put out your number?
Yeah, that's true.
So he's still here to give you music in case you want to dance.
So if you need Mr. John, you are hosting any event, he's there. Please, can you introduce yourself and share your contacts? Thank you for the music. It was kind of, it was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. And please, good night from my side here. Have a good night rest, everyone. Thank you so much.
Right, I'm DJ John. Kudos, professional DJ for all kinds of events. Yeah.
Mr. John, you can share your contact for people that want
share your contact on the chat.
On the chat for people that wants to connect with you.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Make I show you my bank account. 2 Face, I get it plenty to go around. So girl, make you dance when you hear this sound. Now we the poppy all over town. So tell me if you did down, did down.